You've probably heard of the equator, an invisible line that divides our planet in half. But do you really understand it? Why is the Earth bulging at the equator? Why isn't it the hottest place on Earth? And most importantly, which countries does it actually pass through? In the next few minutes, you're about to discover facts that 99% of people don't know. The equator is not a road, and it's not a physical line. It is an imaginary line located at 0 degrees latitude. This line forms the largest circle around Earth, dividing our planet into 2 equal halves, the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. Simply put, if Earth were a ball, the equator would be the belt around its middle. In 1736, a European expedition began a journey that would last nearly 10 years. Their mission wasn't to find gold, but to measure the true shape of the Earth. At the time, scientists were asking a big question: is the Earth perfectly round? The answer surprised everyone. Earth is not a perfect sphere. It is slightly flattened at the poles and bulging at the equator. But here's the fascinating part. Ancient civilizations may have understood this thousands of years earlier. By observing the sun and shadows, they noticed something extraordinary. On certain days, your shadow completely disappears. Imagine walking all the way around the Earth, right along the equator. You would travel more than 40,000 kilometers. Earth's diameter at the equator, about 12,756 kilometers. At the poles, about 12,714 kilometers. That difference creates a bulge of around 43 kilometers. And here's something mind-blowing. If you stand on the equator, you are moving with the Earth at about 1,670 kilometers per hour. That's faster than most airplanes. At the equator, gravity is slightly weaker. This gives rockets a natural advantage when launching into space. In simple terms, the Earth is already giving them a powerful push. That's why many space launch sites are located as close to the equator as possible. You might think the equator is the hottest place on Earth, but surprisingly, it's not. Temperatures here stay fairly constant, around 27 to 30 degrees Celsius all year. Instead of 4 seasons, there are only 2, wet season and dry season. Rainfall is extremely high, sometimes reaching 0 millimeters per year. This creates vast tropical rainforests, home to millions of species. The equator doesn't just cross land. It also stretches across 3 major oceans: the Atlantic Ocean, the Indian Ocean, and the Pacific Ocean. In total, it passes through 13 countries. In Africa, it cuts through dense jungles and vast savannas. In Asia, it crosses thousands of tropical islands. Across the Pacific, it runs through small island nations. And in South America, it passes through the Amazon rainforest, the lungs of our planet. There is even one unique country that lies in all 4 hemispheres. And there's a country with equatorial in its name. Yet the equator does not pass through it. You actually weigh slightly less at the equator. Water does not swirl differently as myths suggest. Day and night are almost equal all year round. And most fascinating of all, this is the only place on Earth where you can stand and belong to both hemispheres at once. The equator is more than just an invisible line. It is the center of climate, motion, and life on our planet. Even though you can't see it, it's always there, dividing an entire world in 2. But the story of the equator is not as simple as a single discovery. Long before modern science, humans were already looking up at the sky, trying to understand their place in the universe. Twice a year, the sun would pass directly overhead. At that exact moment, vertical objects would cast no shadow at all to ancient people. This wasn't just a curiosity. It was a powerful clue. It told them that the Earth was not flat, and its surface had a specific shape. Centuries later, in 1736, a scientific expedition set out to prove something revolutionary. Led by European scientists to what is now modern-day Ecuador. Their goal was to test a bold idea proposed by Isaac Newton, that the Earth spins, and because of that rotation, it should be bulging around the middle. They spent nearly a decade in harsh conditions, dense jungles, high mountains, unpredictable weather, all just to take precise measurements. The Earth is not a perfect sphere. It is an oblate spheroid, slightly squashed at the top and bottom, and bulging at the equator. Some researchers believe that indigenous cultures in South America may have understood aspects of this long before Europeans arrived. Who really discovered the equator? Was it the scientists or the ancient observers? The answer might be both, because the equator is not something you can find with your eyes alone. It's something you must understand, and that understanding has taken thousands of years.